We are all here to see what is happening in India today. The way the things are changing, I think in the last 40 years, we haven't seen that in the last 50 years. And to be very honest with you, this afternoon, when I saw these things, what is happening in India, I was astonished. Even I personally did not know, these things are coming up. And, the way the industrial towns are coming up, we as, PhD chambers, MSME, more related to MSME members, we really are interested to invest in these clusters for our productions, but we have to make sure that the policies which are being made should not be only for the big industrialists. It should be for MSME, small companies also. Now that is very, very important. Now, it is very easy to allot 100 acres or 50 acres or 40 acres, but what we are looking at is to our members, say a 1 acre plot, 2 acre plot, and facilities which can help these mid-size companies to establish them in India, in these clusters. That's very, very important. Now, other thing which is very important is the infrastructure in these clusters. Now, being in the logistics sector, I have been in the industry for almost like 45 years, 46 years in this business. Now, all these industrial, townships which are coming, you should think of giving some portion for logistics, for warehousing. If we really want to reduce the logistic cost in India, the warehousing policy has to be seen in a very different way. Today, if we have to store goods or the way these e-commerce companies are coming, if the factories are 100 kilometers away or 200 kilometers away, the logistic cost is going to be high. And as it is, as you know, in India, the logistic cost is very, very high as compared to other European countries and United States and other countries, So we have to make sure that the logistic cost is low, and that is only possible if the government, if the clusters which are coming like textile cluster or even toy clusters or electronic clusters, there should be some space marked for logistics. I'll say even 5%, space just be allotted to the warehousing and to other, logistics. Now these multimodal parks and, these big SEZs and all, they're good but they are big industries or big investors can go and apply for multimodal parks and all those things. But the real people who are handling the cargo freight or logistics are the small freight forwarders and custom brokers. Now for them, you require a proper, space in these clusters to handle these things. Maybe a bonded warehouse or other warehouse where the industries can store their goods and save on duties and, store the goods, and whenever they need the goods to take it out rather than paying the duty upfront and taking the goods out. So these are the very, very important things which are required for the industrial towns to be there. Now, other thing is, these, clusters, when they are doing planning, they should plan it in such a way that they should not, if they have to send the goods by air. Now, when you send it to the airport, now there are roads where the goods are not allowed on certain, 10 hours in a day. So there should be a dedicated roads going to these airports or seaports which can help these clusters to clear the goods on time and, fly it on time, these things. So these are the things which are very, very important to be seen in making these, EXIM trade really a very successful and, to make sure that the goods, the logistic cost is not made higher for the goods coming from these clusters. They should be competitive, and we should make sure that the service levels are given to these people. Now these, there are ICDs, AFS policies of the government that all these things should be closer to the production centers, like airfare stations. The government, they made the policy in 2014. The airfare station is closer to the production units. So they should allow these, AFSs and ICDs and CFSs closer to all these industrial towns so that to make sure that the logistic cost doesn't go up. So that's what I can say. And, if this can be seen, I think it will be a great help to these industrial towns to increase their production and everything. With this, thank you very much.